Hello and welcome to Tales Under the Cat Tree. My name is Dileepa Vijayawardena, better known as Dupes. Tales Under the Cat Tree is my podcast featuring the articles that I write and publish on tales.dupes.ca. I hope you will be entertained or thought-provoked by my writing or my amateur photography. I've already added some of my writing and travel journeys from decades past, for example, and I hope that I will get to record some of them in the near future. But who am I, and why might you want to listen to this podcast? Well, a long time ago, on a university campus far, far away, a bunch of student journalists toiled throughout the night to publish a weekly newspaper. In this long forgotten time, powerful computers were not yet plentiful, printers still used flats with the copy glued down. And photos needed to undergo a process called photomechanical transfer, PMT. Tales Under the Cat Tree features stories and articles by my friends and I. When we published the newspaper, which was called The Muse, by the way, we were writing for all sorts of people. Therefore, this little webzine podcast is more than articles about tech or our online selves. So, besides nonfiction, travel, and technical articles, I want to explore the fiction that gives us inspiration, the stories that make us think, the writing that compels us to action. For me, writing is a way to program your mind. When I, as a programmer, write code, a silicon chip executes it exactly. When a writer brings forward an idea into your imagination, how it is interpreted is down to both the writing and your interpretation of the writing. You run both the program, find the bugs, and you deal with the outcome. I hope that Tales Under the Cat Tree inspires you, that the writing makes you think. In fact, the only thing I hope it doesn't do is make you go, meh. I don't intend to make any money from this. Therefore, if you do enjoy anything I write, please support me by subscribing, whether it is to this podcast, to tales.dupes.ca, or one of my social accounts. This will allow me to get to know you, to learn, and do more. Now, I'm a tech geek who has always been a writer. My love of technology comes from writing. When I was a student journalist, aside from the writing, I was very interested in the form that we produced when we published. I learned everything I could about typography, setting, and designing newspapers and magazines, to eventually publishing on the web. Writing online in those days led me to one of my bigger passions, which is role-playing games. And in some way, somehow, I ended up falling in love with what writing ends up as, which is data. I also fell in love with how to get that data to you, which is programming. And followed by that, the thing that stores all that data, databases. And lastly, how we organize and make all of that successful, which is companies and business. These topics and AI are all themes that I will likely explore in Tales Under the Cat Tree. But further, I want to go into my fiction. My fiction has rarely been published online, and through Tales Under the Cat Tree, I fully intend to have some of that out there as well. Now, some practical stuff about me. I live in Helsinki, Finland, and work for a company called Supermetrics, where we are building the world's best marketing intelligence platform. As the CIO or the former CTO of the organization, I work with the most amazing people from over 40 nationalities doing incredible stuff. This podcast and my writing does not reflect the opinion of Supermetrics or any other employer, past, present, or future. As I said, I love games and I love data. So I've been lucky to also play some roles at incredible companies, from when they were small and tiny to what I believe were their world domination eras. So, for example, BioWare Corp, before its acquisition by Electronic Arts, BioWare was the creators of the greatest video role-playing games ever, until Baldur's Gate 3 recently. Also, to MySQL, the company behind the database MySQL, and that was before and after the acquisition by Sun Microsystems. This is the creator of the world's most successful and popular open source database, at least up to 2017. But I guess what I love most is being part of hyper-growth driven teams, whether that's me joining them or helping to try and create them. So together with some of the smartest people I know, I've founded companies with funding from some of Silicon Valley's and Canada's leading venture capitalists and angels. One such was Empire Avenue, which became, before its acquisition, one of the top destinations in the world at the time. And we tried new ideas around gamifying social media and behaviors around monetizing reputation. I'll get into some of that throughout my writing, I hope. But lastly, I am a proud Newfoundlander and Canadian, first and foremost. But every day today, in these days, I am surrounded by the beauty of Finland. And this is where I call home. My worldview and culinary choices have definitely been influenced by Sri Lanka, where I was born, and my former homes of Hong Kong and Papua New Guinea. And I hope to take you through journeys across all of those countries. So please do subscribe to this podcast to tales.dupes.ca, send me an email at contact@dupes.ca, or connect with me on Blue Sky at dupes.ca. I hope my stories will entertain you, and I hope to get to know you. So till next time, thank you for listening, and this is Tales Under the Cat Tree,